Hello everyone, welcome to Mastermind. Today let us learn about Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners appointment conditions of service and term of office bill 2023. This is a very important bill. So you will have to note down all the provisions of the bill. So now let us begin with the discussion about the bill. So the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners appointment Conditions of Service and Term of Office Bill 2023 was presented in the Rajya Sabha in on August 10, 2023. So it was presented in Rajya Sabha in August and it was passed by both the houses in December 2023. So this bill was passed to repeal the 1991 Act. So it repeals the Election Commission, Conditions of Service of Election Commissioners and Transaction of Business Act 1991. Now let us look at the provisions of the bill. The Election Commission consists of the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners as decided by the President. Please remember, very important, the number of election commissioners will be decided by the President, and the President appoints the Chief Election Commissioner. CEC means Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners based on the recommendation of a selection committee. So this is a new provision that has been added through this bill. So according to the bill, the president will appoint chief election commissioner and other election commissioners based on the recommendation of a selection committee. Now let us look at the selection committee. So if you look at the composition of the selection commission, it includes the prime minister as the chairperson. Very important. Prime minister will be the chairperson. So PM is the chairperson, and it includes leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, not Rajya Sabha. Please remember, not Rajya Sabha, but Lok Sabha. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha and a union cabinet minister nominated by the prime minister. So it includes PM plus leader of opposition in Lok Sabha and a union cabinet minister appointed or nominated by the prime minister. However, in the absence of the leader of the opposition, the leader of the single largest opposition party takes the role. Leader of the single largest opposition party will take the role if at all the leader of the opposition has not been elected. So this will be the selection committee. So what is the work of the selection committee? The selection committee is going to select a chief election commissioner and other election commissioners from the list of 5 persons forwarded by the search committee. So search committee will list 5 persons for the selection committee, and the selection committee will select one out of these 5 members or names that has been listed by the search committee. Now let us look at the composition of the search committee. Search committee is headed by the cabinet secretary. So it is headed by the cabinet secretary and also includes two other members. It includes two other members not below the rank of secretary to the central government with expertise in election related matters. So it includes 3 members. First person is the cabinet secretary, and it includes two other members not below the rank of secretary to the central government, and these people should also have expertise in election related matters. So now let us look at the qualification of CEC and ECs, that is Chief Election Commissioners and Election Commissioners. So persons holding or having held positions equivalent to the rank of secretary to the central government with expertise in managing and conducting elections. So the qualification is that again Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioners, to become Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioners, is that the person should have held positions equivalent to the rank of secretary to the central government, and he should also have expertise in managing and conducting elections. So this has been prescribed as the qualification in the bill. So now let us look at the details of the bill again. Search committee will list 5 persons for the selection committee. And selection committee is going to select one out of these 5 persons as the chief election commissioner or election commissioners. And to become chief election commissioner or election commissioners, the person should have held positions equivalent to the rank of secretary to the central government and also should have expertise in managing and conducting elections. Also, there is one more very, very important point you have to remember, that selection committee need not appoint any person as CC or EC from the list forwarded by the search committee. So they can also select other persons as well. Please remember, so this is a very important point. Selection committee need not select a person as chief election commissioner or election commissioner from the list of 5% sent by the search committee. They can also select a person out of the list sent by the search committee. Very, very important. Now look at the salary and allowances of Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioners. So the bill aligns the salary, allowance, and service conditions of the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners with that of Cabinet Secretary. Very, very important. Please remember, earlier, according to the Act of 1991, so it aligned with that of judges of Supreme Court. Earlier, it was equivalent to that of judges of Supreme Court. However, now it aligns with that of the cabinet secretary. And again, term of office will be 6 years or until the age of 65, whichever is earlier. So whichever is earlier, and no reappointment will be allowed. So if a person becomes election commissioner or chief election commissioner for one term, then he won't be allowed for reappointment. That means he cannot decorate the same position again. Now, term of 6 years or until the age of 65, whichever is earlier. How to understand this? So, let us say a person becomes election commissioner at the age of 61 years. 61 years. So, at the age of 65 years, he would have served only for 4 years. But since he has crossed 65 years, since this particular event has happened earlier than completing 6 years of term, he will retire at the age of 65 years. However, if a person gets selected to the post of chief election commissioner at the age of 57, then he will have to retire at the age of 63 because 6 years would have elapsed before he turns 65. So this is the condition. A term of 6 years or until the age of 65, whichever is earlier, and no reappointment is allowed. And all election commissioner business will be conducted unanimously, that is with consensus. However, if there are differences, then it will be decided by a majority vote. So, the opinion of the chief election commissioner doesn't prevail over the decision of the other election commissioners. So, here a majority vote will be taken. Now let us look at the removal and resignation. So this is similar to the Act of 1991. Chief Election Commissioner removal process will be similar to removing a Supreme Court judge. Please remember, and it requires a motion passed by both the houses of Parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And election commissioners are removed only on the recommendation of Chief Election Commissioners. Very, very important. This is extremely important. Please put star mark. Election commissioners are removed only on the recommendation of chief election commissioner, and if they want to resign, be it chief election commissioner or election commissioners, then they have to submit the resignation to the president of the country, president of the nation. So next is, what are the key issues and analysis with respect to the bill? The first is potential government dominance in this election process. So this election commission includes PM and a union cabinet minister nominated by PM and the leader of opposition. So there are two persons from the government. There could be potential government dominance in the selection process, and also concerns about government influence due to salary alignment with the cabinet secretary. Earlier, the salary of the election commissioners and chief election commissioners were equivalent to that of judge of a Supreme Court, and the salaries of the judges of the Supreme Court is not decided by the central government. Uh, Unlike the salary of the cabinet secretary, the salary of the cabinet secretary is decided by the union government. Therefore, now even the salaries of the chief election commissioner and election commissioners will be decided by the central government. Therefore, there is a concern that government could influence the salaries of these people. And next is risk of excluding diverse candidates by restricting positions to senior bureaucrats. As we have seen, one of the qualifications is to be at the rank of secretary to the central government to become chief election commissioner or election commissioner. So, with this particular clause, there is a huge risk of excluding other potential candidates from other diverse fields. So, therefore, these are the key issues and concerns that are associated with the bill. This is an extremely important concept. That's why there's a video on this particular concept. Please go through the video multiple times and note down all these points, and also try to solve the multiple choice questions given on the same topic. Thank you.